Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning market review and trade plan setup for Wednesday, September 11th, 2013. My name is Doug McKay. This is Quantum Leap. We come together each day to review the market and do our trade plan setup. We do that live in this go-to. It's part of our regular Skype chat room. You won't be able to see the Skype chat room. But if you're interested, we can talk about that later. What we're going to do this morning is we're going to get the legals out of the way, and then we're going to go ahead and adhere to the moment of silence for the fallen heroes and people for September the 11th. So let's get the disclaimer done. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand their knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk to loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and the trades that you see live today are for education purposes. Please trade your own plan and do your own due diligence. So before we get into the market review, we're going to go ahead and take this moment of silence in remembrance of September 11th victims. All right, so let's get going. Now, if you're watching this video on YouTube after the market or after today, each morning we come together and we go through a routine, and part of that routine is we go through our key numbers, and this is our Quantum Leap sheet. This is put out each night in our chat room, and what it is basically a ladder above the previous day close, a ladder below the previous day close, that has a list of all the key numbers based on different methodologies that we watch, and that way our members can use the sheet to see what's coming up as we come up to a number or come down to a number, what traders might activate as an opposing force. But we also go through a series of numbers, and we review the numbers. Then we go through some very basic charts. This is a little bit tedious. We understand that, but it's a routine that we do to put ourselves in the right mind to get ready for trading. If you want, you can go ahead and skip ahead in the video to where we get into the more in-depth chart analysis and the volume profile and composite numbers. Anyway, let's get started. Of course, our year high is right above us up there, the all-time high at 1705, and last month's high at 1705. I still think this is a weak high. We're coming up to trade it or get close to it again. I think it's going to be very attractive, and it's going to act like a magnet and still pull us up. I was actually surprised that we had so much strength overnight, and we did go down to that 1679 75 level that I was talking about in the chat room last night. Our month open 1640 and a quarter. We have a high of 1683 and a quarter. We actually put in a newer high overnight at 1684. Our month low 1630.75. Our previous month open 1685.50. Our previous month high is the all-time high and year high at 1705. Our previous month low 1624.75 and our previous close at 1632.25. And we're currently trading above the low and the close and the open, and we're coming up to we're coming up to the open of the previous month. Our week open on Sunday in Globex 1652. We have a week high 1683.25. Our week low 1652. Our previous week open 1640.25. Previous week high 1664. Previous week low 1630.75, and we closed at 1654, and we're trading above all of these numbers. Going over to the intraday, yesterday in Globex we opened at 1671. We had a Globex high of 1681.25. We had a Globex low of 1669, and we opened the RTH yesterday at 1680.50. We obviously had a 10.5 point gap, open auction out of range. We broke the IB on one side for a normal variation day. Our opening swing high 1680.75, opening swing low 1678.25 for a 2 point opening swing. Our initial balance high 1682, initial balance low 1676.75 for a 5.25 point initial balance, and then we only extended the session or extended the range by a 1.25 and put in that 6.5 point range. Very tight trading day yesterday. Our 1230 number was higher. You can see we're continuing to trend up on our 1230 number, 1681.50. All numbers in here are in Central Time. Our RTH high 1683.25 was higher. Our RTH low at 1676.75 was higher. Our RTH close at 82.50 was higher, and our VPOC shifted higher to 1681.50. And again, our VPOC, or most accepted price for the trading day, continues to get higher. 6.5 point range in the RTH, 14.25 overall, and 12.25 in the Globex. Our full session high, 1683.25, was put in the RTH. Our full session low at 1669 was put in the Globex. Our 20-day ATRs are running 14 in the RTH, just under 17.5 in the full session, and just over 10 in the Globex. Our Globex open last night was 1682.25. We had a European cash close yesterday at 1681. Again, these numbers continue to trend up. Our value area high 1682, our value area low 1679.50 for a very tight value area at 2.5 points. And we broke the IB to the high side inside the pocket, 932. Our extended session high 1683. Extended session low 1682.25, and we had a settlement close at 1682.75 for a very tight extended session for 3 ticks, and certainly half of what our 20-day ATR. Volume, we had 1.5 and 1.8 respectively, so pretty normal volume, a little bit heavier than usual. The key numbers and the volume profile, and the big one above us is still that 1686.75, our microcomposite VPOC. We'll take a look at that on the chart. And the one we just took out below us, that microcomposite former naked VPOC at 1670.25, and then below that will be 1654.50. And in the key area below us is the 1667. And we want to keep an eye on this 1694 above. Looking at the naked crosses, we took out naked cross at 1670.25, and we added one. 1670.75, and we added one back in at 1670.25. Actually, there's a couple more that were added in last night as well, and we'll put those on our chart. And then, of course, we took out the naked VPOC at 1670.25 and added one at 81.50, and we still have one above us. Although I've got to look at my tick data and maybe bring my tick data in, because mine's showing a little bit higher than that. Going over to the macro to the micro charts to see where we are in the trends on the different time frames. Well, you can see monthly very strong. We've got good slope and separation on the 9 EMA and the 20 SMA. Price is paralleling, and we're trading in the upper distribution from last month. So trend is very much intact on the monthly. Going over to the weekly, we've got a close below the 20, which was the first close below the 22 weeks ago, and we popped back up, and we're currently trading above both of those months. In fact, we're trading above the last 3 months highs. We're getting slope and separation again, although we have a possible head and shoulder. We don't know if it's going to complete or whether or not this is going to go and put in a new high and invalidate the pattern, but it's something that we have to keep an eye on. Going over to the daily. Daily, you can see we've popped up quite strongly. We've got a bit of a parabolic move going, and we're leaving a bit of a tech gap in here right now. We've got good slope and separation. We do have a daily naked cross at 1653.50. Just looking at the geometric chart, we came up and we tested that energy point that we were watching up at 79 area. We're coming up right now to this other energy point in around 83, 84, where the the long-term upward sloping fork is crossing the modified shift fork that I put in a couple weeks ago, and we're coming up into the center of that new fork that I'm watching, and we'll see if we reject it or whether or not we break through and go up and get back into the longer term fork and test the upper line of the modified upward sloping fork. Taking a look at the intraday trend, you can see that on the 4 hour we've got good slope and separation. We have a bit of a tech gap, but that's basically getting closed by time, but the trend is very strong on the 4 hour. Going down to the 30-minute, we got consolidation going on. We've got no slope, we've got no separation, kind of a decision point that we're at right now, whether or not we pop up and get this trend going on the shorter term, or we fail and come down and test some lower prices. Going over to the composite, well, here we are. We're trading right around where we were trading yesterday on the open. We opened at 80.50 yesterday. We're trading just above that, right around yesterday's VPOC. Our value area high from yesterday, 82. Our value area low, 79.50. Big number above, of course, is the 86.75, which is the micro composite VPOC from this longer balance that we were in between 7.18 through to 8.14. And that remains naked, and that's our big target above. And if we can hold above this 79 and a quarter CLVN in the the value area low from yesterday, I would be anticipating a move up to test this number. The other side of the balance being up here at 1690, but the big number above is 94. And our value area high for the bigger microcomposite is up there at 92 and a quarter, and the low is at that 1679.75, which coincides right with that 1679.50 value area low from yesterday. Let's go and take a look at the overnight and get our numbers moved over to our trading chart. So currently right now, last night we went up and tested that 84, and we have an overnight high of 84. And our overnight low was right at that value area low on the microcomposite and near yesterday's value area low. And then currently our VPOC, I don't think we'll see a shift on it, is at 80.75, so just under yesterday's daily VPOC. We had a very tight range yesterday. We came up here, we gapped up, they made the move overnight, and then we just sort of rotated in balance and accepted value up here. So I'm anticipating that we will get some extension beyond the RTH high and low from yesterday. My main hypothesis is still the same as it was yesterday, to go up and take out that 86.75. Which is my main target above. Areas that I'm going to do business, as always, I'll be doing business right here at the range high. This will, why won't that go in? I'm anticipating going up and taking that overnight high out early in the RTH session. I'll be trading down here at the 76 level. I'm going to be, a little bit discretionary on the open. I'm not going to jump in. Yesterday morning, I anticipated we were trading so close to that, overnight high and the naked close at 81.50 that I took the long off the open, and they punished me for being impatient, and they went down and tried to go down and fill the gap. The half gap fill is 75, so I'll be looking for a possibility of going down and testing the gap. We've got a naked cross still down at 1670 and a quarter, where that former micro composite is. We've got a gap close down here at 69, so this is going to be a main target of mine down here if we come down and break below the range. And then my main target above, of course, is that 86.75. Now, I have 85.75, but I only keep 3 days or 10 days of tick data, and this is from a former day. Can somebody verify? I've got this naked VPOC from 7:31. I'm sorry. I've got the naked VPOC for 8:14 at 85.75, but I know some of you have it at 84. So I just wanted to verify if somebody can type in the room. You have 85.75 as well, Karen? Okay. I know that some of you've got it at 84. Just 84 is the overnight high, so there is a target there. In terms of the Keltner, we've got a center line Keltner at 82. Above is 87.75, so that would put us through our main target above, and then the lower one is 76, which will bring us down to test the range low from yesterday. In gold, now, I'm not trading gold. I made a conscious decision that I wasn't going to try to get into gold while we're chopping in this area below 1400. I'm looking to get long 1400 again, but currently right now we're trading around this former balance at 1366.40. Currently trading 1366.30. We're currently trading 1362. Which is basically at the value area low for that former microcomposite area. I'd be looking to see gold chop around here. The big number you want to keep your eye on is going to be this CLVN right here. Which is basically 53.50, which is separating this major value or major distribution zone up here, and then the target below will be, if we do get down there, will be this 1340, but the big one below is down at 1328, 1330 area. But I'm anticipating that gold's going to chop around here and slowly drift back up towards this 1377 area and come up and test the value area low at 1381. If it gets above 82.40, we're back up into that 87 and 88 area that we were looking at last week. That's what I'm looking at gold. Howard, over to you.
Thank you, Doug. So taking a quick peek at the weekly chart, we have 2 trading days into the week, and we have broken out of this consolidation of the last few weeks that were mostly constrained by the 9 EMA above and the 20 SMA below. And we pushed above the 9 EMA here. So the consolidation has broken higher, which is consistent with the wave count I'm going to get into. We've already broken above the first 2 targets I set out, so let's take a look at the daily chart. So I had my first target at around 64 and a half or 64 and a quarter. I have my second target at 74 and a quarter. So yesterday we pushed past that one. So I put my next target up here at 87.75, and that would be the 0.786 retracement of the entire move down from the all-time high at 1705. So that would be my next target. If we get to there and beyond, then the probabilities that we had a first wave down and forming a second wave up aren't invalidated, but the further beyond it goes, the lower the probability that that is the case, and that something else is in play. But this hypothesis would not be invalidated until we break above 1705 all-time high. Now we are at a micro composite value area low level here at 1682 and a quarter, and at least temporarily we're getting a little pause here from where yesterday finished and where the overnight went to. So this could be a significant level. If we get above here, then we could, move above towards that next wave 2 target, and also the there's a CHBN at 1690.75, so it could target there. And again, if we go much higher than that, the odds diminish that this is a wave 2. But so far, it's still behaving like a wave 2. We just have to see if it completes somewhere below 1687.75 and then starts lower or not. So let's go to the market breadth. So we can see the Dow Industrials and the Dow Transports. Transports is this pinkish line up above here. Has shown more strength in the industrials, but both are pointing up. So everything is in sync between these 2 indices. Looking at the sectors. Looks like there's generally broad participation among the sectors in the latest move higher. Energy did not participate yesterday. It just sort of went flat. So it's kind of the laggard of the sectors for the last couple days. Although it has been rising, a lot of that based on the tension in Syria, but with possible diplomatic solution, it settled down yesterday and it's mostly flat. But with that exception, all the other sectors have moved higher. And looking at advanced declines in the middle of the chart, up-down volume in the lower chart, we see that overall market breadth has been getting stronger with price, and we can see that an early indicator that price was bottoming was back here on August 19th, when both of these indices, the advanced declines and up-down volume, which are both on a 10-day average basis, bottomed and started rising. So that was an early indication that a bottom was due to form, and it did form here on the 28th of August. And both of them are still rallying, and both are above the break-even level of 50%, which is what this line represents. So with that, Doug, that's all I've got. I'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks, Howard. Well, we've got a bit of time before the open. We can go ahead and close the recording down, guys. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we will catch you on the flip side. Yeah?